quick update then. So we've got this bit done all the way along here, and I've just done this bit. You can see there's obviously some bits there, so what I'll do is this is not leaded here, this is metal, so I'll go back over and do some welds there. And here where it's rough, it actually does need it needs cutting back with a flat wheel, so I'll do that. And then anything that's missing, I'll just tack in a few more welds there, and the same at that end. But once the under seal is on, or the body shuts, you won't see any of that anyway, but we'll cork everything first, and then I can start getting on with this piece here. So I've only got this bit now to finish up, and we should be good. On the other side, I've put the outer wheel arch on. You can see there the gap's actually too big. It's because I need to tighten these bolts up in here, which I will. What I need to do is I need to wait for Amir to come back, and we need to bring the English wheel up from the bottom garage, but it's a bit of a struggle on my own. Fortunately the trailer are in the wrong place to put it on the small trailer. It's at the back of the large trailer, so we'll bring that up when he gets back, and then what we're going to do then is we can roll these edges in here, because I've had to build all new edges to these, and what they need is going through the English wheel to roll them to get the gap right on the bottom. And I think you can see that there, that the gap isn't right all the way along. Still a lot of work to do to them, but the basic shape is in there. So that's where we're at so far. I've got this all finished now, so that's it done up in the top there, all the way along and up into here. So what I've done now is I've got all the bolts in. I've got the washers there, these oval washers, which is the same ones that they use on the E-Type for the bonnet of the E-Type, and I've got them on here. They're all nylock. So what I'll do is I'll fit the wing up and just see how good this profile is compared to the wing, or the rear quarter panel, which is there. Both of these are in pretty poor condition. There's still quite a lot of work to do on them. You can see down there on the bottom, there's like a tea bag, again then there, and so on. These are the brass rings that go in, so the car has to be painted and then put on and then painted again. So what we're trying to do now is just try and get this. You can see where we put these relief cuts in here. What we're going to try and do now is get this so that the shape is correct, because basically all of this is new. And I don't know if it'll show there, but you can see this is where it's round, and then suddenly it's the flat piece of metal that we welded on. So what we're going to do is, when Amir's back, is put this through the English wheel and see if we can get that more rounded, or we use a larger piece, put it through the English wheel, get the round on it, and then cut it all off and replace it, one or the other. But I'm going to try it on now and see where it comes to. You can see there it's very poor as well, it's damaged. There's quite a few areas on it, but we needed to get these, this sorted first. I've still got to go over with a grinder, clean all this off, and then any pinholes go over with a welder, but I need to get the basic shape first, so I'll put that together and I'll fit the rear wing up. There's a couple of the holes now that are not quite lined up, so what I need to do is mark them, and but that definitely needs to come in more. So what I'll do is I'll mark these holes take it off, drill them out, and then try fitting it again. It's certainly not pulling up enough here. I can see there's some damage on that end. This is why we need to work out exactly where everything needs to be and get it all lined up properly. Yeah, so I'll mark it up now with a marker. See where some of these holes are not lining up. I'll bring this across a bit better. It's hot. So you can see that hole's not lining up, so I'll have to cut that out. This one isn't lining up. This one's a bit short too. These two are not too bad, and this one needs just a little bit taken off it. And also on the inside there, you probably won't be able to see it. There you can just see. So what I'll do is I'll open them up so I can actually get the bolts in, so I can tighten it down against it. And then I'll do some more relief cuts so that the thing is going on right. But this front edge here is in quite a poor state, so that's going to have to be redone. So I'm going to have to cut a new profile for that and put it on, so it pulls the whole thing forward. So really what we'll do is once we know exactly what we need, I can mark a line on it and put a new edge on it, or build them out, whichever. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so I've got most of the bolts in. There's only one bolt I can't get in on the back. It needs a bit of a little slither of steel to come off. It's hitting the inside of the inner wing. So I'll turn it over. Obviously this is now going to be on that side, but it'll give us an idea where we are. There's nothing on it. Looks good. So this side, the one I've been working on, is better than the other side. You can see it's not quite right here. That needs to be brought into place. But again, I think it's because we need to put this through the English wheel. There should be but you can see that it's much better there. There's an issue there, obviously. It's too loose there. So what I'll do is I think that's where the splits are. Yeah, it is. So I'll knock them into place. Obviously there's a repair to do there. All this has to be repaired, and the side, of course. So there's still a lot of work to do, but it's better. It's not great, but it's getting better. The front ones are quite good. They're too tight there. So what we'll do is take this line here from the wing, and then either cut this back or fill, whichever way we have to do it. But you can see it's actually catching there. And again, the wing there, the wing there. There's lot to do on this car. So there we go. Anyway, yeah, it's coming up. It's we're getting there, slowly but surely. It's a lot of work. You've got to take these rear quarters on and off, on and off, on and off. But and the other thing is there, you can see how this wing is bowed out, but there's a stirrup goes inside which brings it in like this, which sits on the back of the chassis across here. So that's something we need to look at. Again there, we need to mark up and see exactly where we are. So, yeah, every little bit helps. What's happening here is one of the cutouts is missing. And that's why the wing has come down. You can see the bolt is actually through there. Let's see if I can change it over now. That's it there. Maybe I can put it in sideways on. I don't know if that'll catch. I'm not sure if that'll catch or not. Bending, but you can see that it's bringing it up closer, but we need to make sure that's right. And I say it's a bit sharp here, so I'll cut a few more in there, clean that off. We just need to make sure that profile is absolutely spot on, so that when it's painted, we're not pulling it against each other, because obviously the rear wing will be painted separately from the car. But we just need to make sure this is absolutely spot on. All this repair work is not a problem, we can do that anytime. But it's getting better. A lot of work to do. So, yeah, I think we'll call it a night, I think. So, what I'll do now is I'll start repairing these rear quarter wings. And then try and get this shape so when we sit it in, it almost sits perfect. We shouldn't be using the bolts just to pull it in place. It should sit in place pretty much spot on. So I'm going to work on these now on both sides, and then we'll see how we go. So on that note, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and catch you in the next one. Take care, bye.